Hi guys, I'm Colin Jacobson. I'm just going to take a few minutes to explain kind of what's going on my Twitter account. I'm 14 days into my Twitter account, so I've shared over 50 ideas with you guys. Most of these ideas are related, and this video is going to be an attempt at showing you how. This will be an uncut video, so if I stumble over my words or whatever, I apologize in advance, or if it takes me a while to come up with a term, I apologize, okay? So essentially, what I've been thinking about lately is what if snapping was an essential function of offensive line play? Okay, so if we have 2, 3, 4, even 5 kids that are able to snap the football, one, what does that do to the defense? And two, offensively, can we keep it simple but still do things that look complex to the defense? Okay, so I'm just going to jump into it right now and talk a little bit about it for you. Okay, so first, I guess, is I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the formations that I've been coming up with and talk about kind of how I do those things. Okay, so here, okay, if we have just your standard typical 5-person offensive line surface, we call this base. Okay, and I'll write the ideas over here. Okay, this is my this is my second attempt at the video, so you can see a little bit already, but I just decided to do it uncut because I messed up the first time. All right, so we call this base. If we add tight ends to both sides, we call it big. If we have a split end on one side, and a tight end on the other, we call that right or left. Okay, depending on how whether the tight end's on the right side or the left side, the X will know to go opposite. Okay, and then we also have 13 and 31. Okay, and all 13 and 31 mean it tells the interior offensive lineman, that we have 1 on the left, 3 on the right, or we have 3 on the left and 1 on the right. Okay, and then I guess also we have Army and Navy, and we have over. Okay, and these formations mean, if it's Army or Navy, we have a 3-player surface to one of the sides. Okay, we have the Y over and the X. Okay, and Navy is the exact opposite. So we have 3 players on the left, the Y, and the X. Okay, and over is your typical 5-player surface. Okay, with the Y over and the X. All right, so these are kind of our standard formations. Okay, our backfield, the players are going to know where to align based on the formation call. Okay, or we can do things such as add wing. The word wing will tell H to line up at wing, or tell Y to line up at wing, depending on the type of formation that we're dealing with. Okay, so we have wing. Okay, we can tell them to align in the I, we can tell them to align in diamond. Okay, but for the most part, unless they're told, we just go 2 by 2. Okay, whoops. With the Z and the X going together. All right, so we have that. Okay, and then the way that we do trips, is whether we say, if it's base, and we often won't even say a formation. We'll just call it trips right, trips left. Okay, just like normal. But if we have 13 or 31, where we put trips in the formation call matters. So if we put trips before the formation call, trips 13 means trips left. Trips after the formation call means 13 trips is trips right. Okay? And essentially what this idea comes down to, all right, and let me erase here for you, is that the defense, no matter what formation we're in, or formations in general in football, in offensive football anyway, no matter what formation it is, the defense always wants to be outnumbered by half a player or less on either side of the ball, at the snap. So if we draw it up for you, okay, we can do this with any formation. Okay, and let's say it's pass heavy. Right? So we have, okay, so if we count them up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, okay, because the mic's right down the middle. Okay, and the offense also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're outnumbered by half a player or less. Okay, on either side. All right, and then to show you again, all right, we'll go trips right. Okay, and this is just standard football defensive alignment. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to count them up, and we get, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the center has half, the quarterback has half. So they're outnumbered by less than half a player again. Okay, I think the more that I think about this, I think twins open might be a little bit of an exception, depending on where the tailback aligns. But generally, this is how the defense wants to line up. So essentially, the theory that I'm advancing is if the offense is able to shuffle over quickly before the snap, the defense also has to shuffle over to regain their numbers advantage and not be out leveraged. Okay, so that's kind of the idea that I've been thinking about lately. So we have these ideas, okay, and we're going to carry kind of the base runs that I've been discussing on Twitter. So we're going to carry power, counter, ISO, veer, midline. Okay, so these are the 5 runs that I've been focused on for 12 or 13 days, and then I also like to carry sweep. I don't talk about it on Twitter. I don't talk about sweep because I want to try to keep it focused. Okay, but I want to be able to run these 6 run plays. Okay, and then also in the passing game, carry the flood variations. Carry stick is the only quick game concept. I think that's all you need. You can make an argument, that you should carry mirrored hitches and things like that, but I think all you really need is stick. Carry verticals, okay, and then carry smash and some of those different things, but try to keep our passing game simple as well. All right, so essentially, here's what's going on, all right? So we have, if we align in base, okay, right? And let's say that we're going to end up running sweep out of 13. Let's say we're going to go one player to the right. So I'm a big proponent of the quick huddle. I talked a little bit about it on Twitter, but I like the idea of the offense quickly breaking the huddle, going to the line, getting the ball snapped quickly, or getting set for a second after they shift and then snapping the football. All right. So basically, the offense, rule-wise, okay, they declare center when the center grabs the football. Okay. So it's essential that when we run up there, if we're going to shift, that the center doesn't grab it. All right. And then also, okay, depending on whether we are going to have multiple shifts or not. Hold on, let me think where I was going with that. Okay, so the offense needs to have at least 1 second where they're set again between every shift. Okay, so often you'll only see the offense shift once, so they just need to get set for 1 second, and then they're able to snap the ball and go. Okay, so we go from base here, base 2 by 2. Okay, and for argument's sake, let's draw up a defense. Okay, so we have our defense there. And then, let me erase this. Okay, we're sliding over one player. So we're taking this guy and we're making him the center. Okay, and then, let me change marker colors here. We are sliding over. Okay. And then as we're sliding over, we're asking the offense to get into its final formation, so the four backs will move as well. Okay. But for argument's sake, let's just say that we're going to stay in doubles. Okay. We're going to flip the tailback over. Okay, and then we're looking to run sweep. So what needs to happen, right, is the defense needs to slide over as well. Okay. And then what happens is the tackle has to slide out to the 5 technique, okay, the nose has to move over, the end has to move down, okay, the end here has to go from a 5 to a 9, okay, the mic might need to slide over depending on how they're going to play it, and then they might keep the secondary structure the same. Okay, but our goal, okay, and let's say we're going to run the buck sweep play, all right, so our rules for buck are to, let's not jump into that. We don't need to jump into the content. We don't need to jump into the content of the play tonight, but we can just see, at least in this instance, one way that the defense needs to slide over. Okay, and then our terms for shifting are hop and jump. Okay, and these are the +1s. Okay, jump is +1 to the right, hop is +1 to the left. Okay, I believe these are consistent on Twitter. If they're not, I guess I'll fix it later. Okay, and then we're gonna use move, and we're gonna use I believe move is the only one that I showed you on Twitter. Okay, but we're gonna use move and we're gonna use shift for +2, okay? And this is just an argument, so those terms can change later as well, all right? So essentially what we're gonna have going on is the offense is gonna come up in one formation, okay? They're gonna quickly shift to another, and then the defense needs to quickly adjust over, you know, and reequate numbers, get their angles right, okay, and be able to defend from there. Okay, and often what's going to happen is this idea is so unique that defenses are going to show us one reaction. So all night we're going to know what they're in once we do a certain shift or 2 shifts to be able to kind of figure out exactly their reaction to it, I guess. Okay, so we have our different shift types now. All right, and keep in mind, okay, I'm going to write this over here. I'm not sure if it's off the screen for you, but I'm going to write up those plays again. So we have power counter, ISO, veer, midline. Okay, and in sweep. So we're looking to gain numbers advantage, gain advantage, with angles and that kind of thing. Okay, with power counter ISO, we're also going to run the read plays as well. Okay, so we're going to have the reads with those to make our offense a little more potent, whether it's RPO or whether we are going to just give ourselves a 2-way run option. Either way is honestly fine with me. So we're going to do it that way, okay, and then carry that simple passing game. Okay, but then I guess kind of the last component to it, and you've seen it on Twitter a little bit, is the word flop. Okay, and all flop means is that we're going to align in one formation and run it like another. Okay, so anytime that we hear flop, we're going to assume that we're going to run the play like the typical 5-player surface. Okay, so this, for example, would be 13 flop. Okay, and if we draw it the other way, we have 31 flop. Okay, and all flop means is we're going to align in one formation, and then we're going to snap the ball to the side, okay, here, and we're going to run the play like it's typical formation. Okay, so essentially what we're trying to do here is mess with the defense's numbers, right? Because if we were to put these formations on top of each other, okay, so we take our base formation, okay, and we go down the middle, and let's say for argument's sake that defense is 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. Well, here's the deal. If we're running the play, and I'm going to switch colors here real quick. If we're running the play like it's 31, okay, but we're aligned like it's base, we are shifting our center over, okay, in theory, I said 31. Okay, so we're shifting our center over, but we're giving them the same presentation. So the defense, okay, when they finally align to it, and let's say for argument's sake that we are aligned this way, just like we were, okay, in doubles, all right? Give me a second. 6, 10, 11. All right. Well, to defend this formation as it's presented, okay, the defense needs to have 1, 2, 3, 4 players over here because the offense has 4. Okay, they can have 3.5 or 7. Okay, so you can see how the numbers vary. So just by snapping the football in a different direction, we are able to gain ourselves a numbers advantage and try to attack the defense that way. Okay, so anytime we hear flop, we're just going to run the formation like it's something different. Okay, and then I guess you guys have also seen Ricky and Lucy on Twitter. Okay, these are 2 formations where they're heavy. So we can get in Ricky, okay, which is the 4-player surface and the Y. All right, and the X back here. But we can still run it like it's either over, okay, like it's over right, where we have this guy as the center, okay, and we have it's like our tackle over formation, or we can run it like it's the typical right and left, okay, and mess with the defense's numbers that way. Okay, but when we present one formation and run the play like the other, it messes with the defense's numbers and they're not able to equate and realign. All right, so often what we're going to see, for argument's sake, is we can start in 31, or we can start in base, okay, here just like this, shift to 31, okay, and then still run the play like it's base. Okay, so we're giving them a different presentation. All right, and let's say we're going to run Panther Read. Okay, this is our power read play. All right, so we're going to run Panther Read. Okay, it's a play that our kids, or football players in general, I guess, run often. Okay, so the defense has to align. Okay, so they align like they think it's 31. Okay, but we're going to come back and run it just like base. So even though he's the center, okay, he's going to follow the rules just like he's the right guard. Okay, even though he's the guard, he's going to follow the rules like he's the tackle. Okay, even though he's the tackle over here, he's going to follow the rules like he's the left guard, left tackle, etc. All right, and then we're going to get a back block. We're going to get a pull around. Okay, he's going to snap it here. All right, our tackle's going to go all the way back like he normally does. We're going to read here. Okay, and you can kind of see how that messes with the defense. All right, and then we can just present so many different pictures to the defense while still running these same 5 run plays, or I guess it's 6 run plays. Okay, so we have the 6 run plays. But we can present so many pictures to the defense while keeping it simple for our kids, and and messing with the defense's numbers, doing things where, okay, I guess we have, we also have 4 and 0-4, okay? And what that means is we have our center, okay, with 4 offensive linemen. Okay, and when it's 4 flop base, okay, we align in 4, okay, but we're going to run the play still like it's base. We're going to snap it over here. All right, and essentially what that does to the defense, they got to figure out how to align to this crazy picture, but we're still running one of our basic day 1 install run plays. All right, so then, or we can go, for example, when I said that we put trips either before the number, okay, or after the number, whether it's trips right, trips left, we can go 4 trips, which would be trips right, okay? So then we can end up with this crazy picture, all right, but then also have trips over here, and we can present them a crazy formation that they have to come defend, but also still be able to run our basic run plays that we always practice. Okay, so that's kind of the argument that I've been making on Twitter recently. Okay, it's an argument that I'm going to further think about because I enjoy it and continue to diagram. But now, hopefully, you guys derive some benefit from it. Essentially, it's just that if we're able to get multiple kids that are able to shuffle over, get set, maybe they shuffle over, shuffle back. Do some different things like that to give the defense different shifting presentations. Okay, the offense is able to align in weird formations. Okay, with a different snapper. Okay, because they're sliding over, but still run their basic run plays that they always run. Okay, so we have our shifting turns, our hop, jump, move, and shift. Okay, but then also we carry the scramble. The scramble shift, which essentially means, okay, we can align, essentially all scramble means is the kids can line up wherever they want as long as they know where they have to end up when the ball snapped, okay? So this is something that you can give them some ideas, but it really randomizes your shifting tendency, so I like the scramble shift idea. You know, you don't want a kid to go from one side of the formation clear to the other or anything like that, okay? But also, the scramble shift and the hop and jump allow you to do things like if you start in base but you're going jump, you're going 1 to the right, okay? It allows you to do things like if you're going to end up in over, okay, or over right, okay, because it would be the 3-player surface. You can do things like start the Y out here, add him to the surface, okay, or you can take the X, start him tight, okay, and then move him out wide. All right. The scramble shift allows you to do things like take an offensive lineman from this side, run him over, okay. It allows you to run him over, but then still shuffle one direction. So your kids will get the hang of it. You'll be able to practice it. You're really good at it, and just teach your kids, hey, we're doing something different. I know it feels weird to you, but I need you to buy in. Get you to, present a whole bunch of different pictures, but still at the end of the day, still run your basic run plays that your kids are good at, and then go from there. But still present different formations that are difficult for the defense to defend. So anyway, that's just a quick rundown of what I've been doing on Twitter. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing on the account. Now you can kind of see how it's all related just a little bit, all right? Till next time, I'll see you later.